Yes. Are we live?
Oh my gosh.
We're live on YouTube, Jabes.
Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning, afternoon.
This is a brunch.
Good brunch.
This is a brunch hour is what it is.
Good dinner.
If you're having brunch on a Monday at 11:45 a.m.
You're doing everything right.
Yep.
We envy you.
Don't even need to listen to the show.
Do not quit.
Nope. You're
anything.
Knee deep in endless mimosas.
Keep following your passion.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you need to get a job.
Nope. Ricky Gervais had no problem telling people they needed to get a job last night.
Oh my gosh.
Or life, I should say.
Now we are here live because of the legend that is, right? Like, we could have watched the Golden Globes and fine.
Yeah.
There would be no need to get up so early. No.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yep.
Because he did it.
He did it.
We have to address it because I don't know if he watches the show, but
Probably.
he literally is saying, I'm sure
he
avid
does.
listener. But he literally said everything that we have been saying, that we want to say,
For 3 years.
that we feel.
Yeah.
And I venture to say maybe that everyone feels. He must have known that. We'll get into it. He must have known.
It's hard not to.
He
right?
took the pulse and he really just fucking went
so
for the jugular.
If you're living under a rock, is this speech is gone? Snippets of
that, or
his.
if you clipped the cord or cut the cord or whatever, and you couldn't see Golden Globes live.
You can go to Twitter. All of his bits are on there.
Yeah.
His cold open was scorched fucking earth. He said, "Look, if you win your little award tonight, come up, thank your God, thank your agents. Let's not talk about anything political
Nobody
or
cares
cultural
about your views on politics or culture.
Yes." Greta
Just
Thunberg
fuck off. Take your award and
has
fuck
more
off.
education than you do at 16 years old. Just take your award and fuck off. You're not important.
You're a hypocrite.
Yes.
Went on to say you're a hypocrite.
Yeah. We've been saying this for
ISIS
years.
ISIS had a streaming company, you fuckers would be calling your agent, right? And lots of bleeping, which I love.
Yeah.
Because you go like, I had to be there. You know what I mean?
It really did feel like his last time hosting because you don't go that hard if you're coming back again.
No.
I mean, he scorched everyone. Because let's start with the opener, right? With Felicity Huffman and making the license plate.
Perfect.
That's when you knew people in the room. She's worked with everybody in town.
Yep.
William H. Macy is her husband.
Yep.
He's worked with everybody in town.
He's usually a Golden Globe favorite.
Yes.
Usually there.
For
both
movies
of them.
or TV.
Well,
She's won an Oscar.
Exactly, but because he's been in TV for, 10 freaking seasons now
I
on
think they're on
Shameless.
11 on Shameless.
So he has been front and center at every Golden Globe with her.
Yeah. They weren't there
Beloved.
last night.
Beloved.
They weren't there last night. Neither of them were nominated. She was serving a little prison sentence, so it was kind of hard for her to take on a movie this year.
Sure, I mean, it was 10 days, but...
Maybe next year. Yeah, but that process with the feds and all that stuff, like, that was a long 6-7 months to get to that, right?
She was smart to be like, I'm guilty. Like, let's just get this
Move
over
on,
with.
yeah.
Because the other little dingling, dum-dum,
She's still in this.
she is still in this.
It's gonna be a trial.
Court date pushing. They just keep pushing
Yeah.
the court date. You know how this goes. Countersuing, suing, lawyers. Like, she's prolonging this.
Yeah.
For
You're talking about Aunt
years.
Becky.
Yeah, Aunt Becky.
Aunt Becky's still fighting it. I don't know how rich her husband is, but he's got to be, because this is a couple million in legal fees.
Yes.
So she was not there last night. Smart. That was his
There's
first
no reason for her to be there, but yeah.
target. No, but Felicity Huffman.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Obviously, Aunt Becky's not going to be there, but Felicity Huffman was
Ever
not
again.
there. Well,
Ever again. I mean, come
I will
on.
not
The
bet
fall
against
from grace.
Aunt Becky. Still holds strong. She still holds strong. She's still doing it.
Good luck.
That was the first joke, right? And then you were like, all right, I can warm up. I can get into this.
Yeah,
I can
you're
dip
like,
a toe
okay,
into the
we're
water.
We're going to talk about Felicity Huffman's prison sentence. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then he goes for the jugular with everything you do. You're a fucking hypocrite. The Apple line with Tim Cook in the room. Tim Cook was there.
Right.
President of Apple.
Right.
Was in the room.
Uh-huh.
Netflix president was in the room.
Uh-huh.
Bezos, president of Amazon, in the room.
Right.
All of you fuckers, he said, are buying goods, taking money from people working in sweatshops in China.
I think he didn't say Netflix in that, but just carry on.
Yeah, all of them. Any streaming service, he said.
Because he's on Netflix.
Well, I don't know that Netflix has any China. I don't even think Netflix is allowed in China right now, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah.
Either way.
I think he was talking about Bezos. He was talking about Tim Cook. He was talking about...
Tim Cook was just like stone-faced.
I saw...
You can't avoid that.
No.
Like, you know what you're doing. And by the way, everything that we said on the show for 3 years literally happened in this speech where it was like, man, you know all this money is dirty. You know Weinstein, who he is, what he's done, all of that for years and years and years. Epstein, all of it.
I mean, he went after everything.
Yeah. And for you to sit there and give political opinions on shit when it's like, man, you're protecting pedophiles, rapists, you're taking dirty money, all that shit, like, you're not better than everyone else.
No.
And it was absolutely
not perfect.
Amazing to see. Mm-hmm. At one point, I thought that they had booted him off the show because he disappeared for like
right, and then it was the
45
announcer
minutes.
Where he usually comes out
mm-hmm.
and kind of announces the announcers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that he seems so pissed towards the end that I bet he was just like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going out just to present a presenter. That's fucking retarded.
Oh.
I mean, he was so over it.
And Epstein didn't kill himself, and it was like, sorry, that's your buddy, and you had to take your own plane tonight.
It was a great joke because it was like, I forget how he started it.
It's the best.
But ended it with just like Epstein didn't kill himself.
And the beauty of it is, after
something was going into a season 2.
Yeah.
And so obviously, he didn't kill himself just like Epstein. Hey, I didn't do it. You guys did it. I didn't do it.
Right.
Like,
it was his own show. Yeah. That's going into season 2. But the beauty of all of this is it really did set the pace initially for the beginning of the night, because the first few winners came up there and they were funny, light, cool. And
they
then
kept it like, hey, this is an award like for doing something so ridiculous and getting paid insane amounts of money for it, right?
Yeah.
Like, what I'm always thinking during award shows is what Ricky Gervais made them think. So it made them self-conscious in a good way about taking themselves too seriously or taking these awards like everyone just standing up for a performance. And you're just like, what do you do? What do you do?
It still didn't stop a couple people, though.
And I think they came late, just like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Obnoxious. Did you see that? People, I mean, I'd like to see more memes of people trying to get around Beyonce's horribly obnoxious, ridiculous dress.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. It was stupid. They came in late. Their bodyguard was holding alcohol for them.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
What kind? Had to have been his own, right?
Yeah. So they had bottles of alcohol for specific, because it's just champagne, right?
Yes.
So they had bottles of alcohol for them specifically. I saw at some break, Jay-Z was pouring like something for everyone at the table, kind of like, I brought this for you guys.
Really?
And Beyonce's just,
It's a baller move. You can walk in with your own liquor. I thought
late.
That too. Yeah. Who's late to the Golden Globes? The security of that fucking thing, by the way, is crazy.
With their bodyguards.
Oh, it's crazy. The security there is
Nobody's
out of control.
Fucking with you inside the Golden Globes, you idiots.
Man.
Anyways.
And he's not the most important person there. Now, I would say if you were at the Grammys, maybe, but not there. Bezos, Sarandos, all those guys, Tim Cook, like, you're fuck off with your $1 billion. Like, those guys have $100 billion. So
it's just stupid. It's like Kevin Hart shit.
The whole thing was great, and then you had the fucking dum-dums who come up, Rosanna Arquette, or Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette, yeah.
Jesus Christ, tits out.
Oof.
Blue sunglasses.
I was like, all I could see was that one, because there was a little bit of areola
Yeah.
It was like a discolor. It wasn't quite a nipple, but it was like, a
Yeah.
hair away from seeing the areola coming
Full
out.
tit popping out. Yeah.
Ill-fitting. And look, we're not talking about people's
Wait.
outfits.
No,
we're
or
not
anything
talking about
else.
the outfits. I don't fucking do that. Like,
The reason why I
so
bring it up
stupid.
is she came up and gave a speech about
voting.
voting
I mean, look,
and the president sucks and all of that shit. Completely out of touch. Here's the thing. You want to come up with your tits out and blue sunglasses on. I mean, who wears sunglasses inside? Pacino, I'll give
so
a pass
many
to.
people, by the way.
Pacino, I'll give a pass to because he was
Keitel.
probably high all night. Yeah. The old school guys who were getting high all night.
I
like,
know. It really was all
They
the
get a
old school
pass.
guys. Because back in the day,
That's what it was.
before people started really making fun of you wearing sunglasses inside, I think it was the norm.
I remember Nicholson. There was
Right?
shots of him doing it in like the 70s.
Yes.
And he was like, I was on acid.
Yeah.
So that's what that was. I didn't want you to see my eyes because I was on acid.
Sure.
Now, Homegirl was on nothing, but
No.
maybe some champers and a little Valium. Mm-hmm. That's about it. And she came up and gave a speech about voting out the president and the world sucks and it's important and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, oh, my God. Looking at her, especially after Ricky Gervais' speech and her tits out and the blue sunglasses, like you're so out of touch with reality that yes, if you're at home and you're an undecided voter right now for 2020 and you see a woman with her tits out and blue sunglasses, just hair in disarray, everything out, telling you how to vote, you think an independent voter at home is going to be like, man,
Gosh,
I really should vote for whoever that Democratic candidate is.
Patricia?
Crazy. The other one was Michelle Williams.
Oh, yes. And, what did she
It was
get
about
on?
a woman and her right to choose and her body and all that stuff.
So she really, guys,
She made a meal of it.
she went for it. And it's the only one where I was like, holy shit. Because most of those political things, I'm like, yeah, yada, yada. You want more women and da-da-da. You want more diversity. You want
Right.
the president out. All these things. But she was like, basically saying the reason that I have the career that I have today is because I had an abortion. And it was jarring. And I think we still, I loved the world where we still couldn't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like a hot button issue that we, like rule zero. You just don't talk about abortion, right? Unless you're really staunch, you know, whatever it may be. But in public eye and stuff like this, because you don't know what people are going through and what is happening or what has happened or whatever. So you just don't talk about it. So we live in a world now where it's pretty popular to talk about your abortions in a good light, which is insane to me. So
my question is this. Why there? Why at the Golden Globes?
Because then at the end that led to you need to vote because our current president is trying to take away that right. So if you are a woman and you have reproductive organs or whatever, you need to get out and vote because blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Why the Golden Globes?
Why?
She personally always says some dumb shit.
Always.
But
what does that
her
have to
platform
do?
Because nobody wants to talk to her. Otherwise, have you noticed? Nobody wants to interview Michelle Williams because she's weird and quiet, a little bit fucking bitchy seeming.
And boring.
And boring.
Yeah.
So that's the one time that she gets to like be on a mic and talk to people because nobody's calling her up to do a fucking podcast. I promise you that.
Well.
Or E.T. or like you don't interview Michelle Williams. Like you just don't, right?
I don't understand you giving a speech that has nothing to do with what you were starring in.
The movie that you did, Fosse Verdon, is about fucking dancing.
Was it a FX series or was it an actual movie?
I think it was a movie.
Great.
Streaming.
Didn't see it.
Right.
Didn't need to.
Right. But I mean, people were talking about it, but I think you have to be into dance and musical theater and whatever.
What does that have to do with having an abortion to vote against Donald Trump? I don't understand any of it.
Exactly. Either she came late or she doesn't give a fuck. But
I lean towards she doesn't give a fuck. She's always with Busy Phillips at these things.
Was she in
Yeah.
Busy Phillips was in Dawson's Creek?
Yeah.
What part was she?
Back in the day. She was on like 3 or 4 seasons of it.
Okay.
That's how they met. And they've stayed friends since Dawson's Creek, and it's been a nice thing.
I don't understand how Busy Phillips puts up with it, but hey. Maybe she's got her own
Who
bullshit.
knows? Who knows? But it was one of those things where it was like, man, I take that speech somewhere else. Go to Instagram. Go to Twitter.
Exactly.
And you can make that speech any day of the year. It does not have to be during the Golden Globes.
Right.
And again, if you're an independent voter at home, do you look at Michelle Williams and say, man, that was the chick who was married to Heath Ledger.
Yep.
She was also in Dawson's Creek.
She was also on Dawson's Creek.
I need to take my voting advice from her. Mm-hmm. And fuck, man, that's it. I'm switched. Whoever it's going to be.
I think we need to stop using our platform for good. Just stop using it for good. Use it to get yourself some more parts.
Yeah.
To pander to whoever you need to pander to, just like we always have. I mean, I just don't like this new thing.
Yeah, no, not at all. And then at the end of it, look, Ricky Gervais just said, hey, man, why don't you guys go do your drugs, give some money to Australia, and fuck off.
Yeah.
That was the end of the thing.
Yeah.
He had the best kill me I've ever heard. The phrase kill me, like in comedy.
Sure.
Just kill me now.
Right.
It's been used a million times. His kill me at the 3rd hour mark when he came back out and was just like, he looked at the card and was just like, what are we, 3 hours? Ugh, kill me.
He's so good.
The best.
So good.
Doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like that's it. He left it all there. And that's all anybody's talking about last night, by the way.
It's
anyone.
Him.
Yeah. Him giving this speech to these fuckers and that's it. Like
I saw another thing where people were like, you could tell. So the best part of it was his speech, and then they would pan to the audience, and you can tell by people's reactions who the real douchebags were, and it was really great to weed that out. So if you're kind of laughing, good for you.
Yeah.
If you're like pissed or like making a face, like you're an asshole.
The reason why I loved it the most was that was, and it always has been, my view on Hollywood with all of this shit for years and years and years and years and years. It's just, hey man, we are not that fucking important, and whatever we do as actors, like congratulate. There's a lot of fucking hard jobs in this world. Being an actor is not one of them. Now, if you're Christian Bale losing 150 pounds every other movie, sure.
That's fine, but like...
But Christian Bale, when he gets up... Have you seen Christian Bale at award shows? He doesn't give a shit.
No, he doesn't. The one thing you can say, or the one thing that they go back to always is like, we just want to move people. We just want to make a difference. We just want to... Most of the time, you're not.
No.
Most of the time, you're not. There are very few movies that stick with you, make a difference, make you feel a different way, take your mind off things for an hour. Very few.
Yeah.
Right? And most of you fuckers aren't in those. Right? So it's the only thing as actors, and I know because I used to be a kind of a dum-dum one about it, where it's like, I just want to like, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I just want to like do great work that like I want to do. And I want it to like, if it just like moves one person. Oh yeah. It did only move one person. 2 people saw it. Good luck. And then you start being like, okay, I want to make money. I want to like have a real life, blah, blah, blah. And then you start being like, holy shit, when you actually get out into the real world and people are actually dealing with real life shit and real life struggles, being in that room or looking at people in that room and the way that they're acting, the way they're talking, as you're at home having a real struggle in your life, you're just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And that's who Ricky Gervais has always represented, right?
Mm-hmm.
He jokes about being rich and stuff like this, but in his hometown, in his community, whatever, like he really does a lot. Like
nobody knows because he doesn't tell anybody.
Nobody knows because he doesn't tell anybody. But like he makes fun of how rich he is, but at the same time, he speaks for the people that are struggling. I think.
I did too, and it was great to see. My question is this. Because the award shows have been going down in the ratings for years now at this point. All of them across the board. Not just the Golden Globes, Emmys, Oscars in particular. And I heard they're not going to have a host again this year, which is
At the Oscars?
yeah. Good luck with that.
It's fucking boring at that point. At that point,
we're getting close to this being a off-site cable network, maybe an FX showing these awards or an AMC. I don't think mainstream America,
or like a live stream of it.
Yeah, I don't think
where,
mainstream
like,
America
you
cares
can
anymore.
Watch it? No.
Because it is not what it used to be. Hollywood is not what it used to be. And in particular, the media is not what it used to be. And when everything is so far slanted and you're too concerned about, in Hollywood terms, you're too concerned about diversity and there wasn't any women directors, there's not enough black people nominated, there's not enough things and everything else across the board. And we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But
we just have
when
to
you
address it,
were
yeah.
concerned with all of that, how are you concerned with what is the greatest work? What is the greatest piece of work? And then again, all of this is subjective. Like you look at the comedy categories last night. I don't watch any of that shit. The Comiskey method, like with Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin. It's fine for old people.
And it's fine.
Yes,
like,
it's fine for old people.
It's not great. It's good.
But the Righteous Gemstones not being nominated is fucking crazy to me. That was the best comedy on television last year. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Should have been nominated 1,000 times along with all of those actors. It's never been nominated once. So what are we doing anymore? Stream it, put it on an AMC. The people that give a shit about that, put it on CNN.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to give political speeches?
That would be great.
Perfect. Put it on CNN. Put the Oscars, the Emmys, all of it on CNN.
That would be great.
The Grammys is not very political. It's just a bunch of musicians playing rad shit. I'm still fine with it. I'm still fine with the Grammys. The rest of them, put the Golden Globes, put the Oscars, put the Emmys, put all three of them on CNN. You can be as political as you want. That is your base. That is their audience. It'll be great ratings for CNN because they're not getting any ratings right now.
Great idea.
That would be the perfect fit. And then have Don Lemon host the fucking thing. All of them.
Well, the thing without having a host is, if I've learned anything from the Kevin Hart documentary, it's that once you get money and stuff, you turned into a little tiny baby that needs to be told what to do, right? And herded. So what I loved about the Golden Globes and having a host is he really wrangled them, set the tone. Yeah. They got in line for the most part. There was a couple dum-dums, but they got in line. They kept it short. They kept the politics out of it for the most part, kept it fun because that's the tone that he set in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Unless you stroll in late like fucking Beyonce.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a host, they really just they go crazy. Yeah. They don't know like what they're supposed to do. Are we supposed to be political, and they just go rogue and it turns into this just fucking room full of toddlers, essentially.
Yeah.
That just get up and they're like, okay.
I see my friend. I'm going to go talk to my friend for a little bit.
So I think not having a host is a really bad idea. Because the Golden Globes.
It's terrible. Yeah, you can't.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I'm there. The host will set the tone,
If it's Ricky Gervais.
If it's Ricky
I don't
Gervais,
mind Tina Fey and
sure,
Amy
and
Poehler.
They make it really fun. They keep it light. They make fun of people, and it keeps it sort of don't take yourself too seriously, right? But again, without a host, the Oscars just go down a fucking self-righteous
and it's 3.5 hours
rabbit hole.
Yeah,
where they just all just do what the other one did, and then I'll just say the same fucking thing over and over because the last person said it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I think CNN is a great idea.
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's and to
have
put
Anderson Cooper host.
You might as well go for broke and just have Don Lemon do it. Put a couple bottles of champers in front of that guy. Is on New Year's Eve he always goes bug fuck, and you get to see the real him.
Oh yes,
the flamboyant gay guy that he is,
crying, talking about relationships,
all of it. You get to hear his entire dark past, and it's great every New Year's.
Oh yes,
and then he comes back on air and then lectures everybody else about their fucking life.
Sure.
The last thing I'll say about this is, for me personally, the reason why I wasn't ever really like this was I was a comedian, so all I wanted to do was make comedies and things like that. I didn't want to do superhero movies. I didn't want to do all that other shit. Or, an Oscar movie where it was like somebody's dying of a heroin overdose. Therefore, I never took any of it. Yeah, exactly. Oof. But I never took any of it seriously because it was just like, all right, all of it is just jokes. Even last night, if you were offended by this, it's just jokes.
It's just jokes.
All of it is just jokes.
Be fucking cool like Renee Zellweger.
But nobody's cool. Renee Zellweger was on. Oof. Was she on Laura Tab last night?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This is cool. Shit.
Yeah, my team. And this is not about the award.
All
This is a
she
fucking
did-
journey.
Music was playing her off, but all she
Didn't
did her
care.
whole speech was name people's names.
Yeah.
It was just a long list
Of names.
that went overtime.
Yeah.
All she said was, "Hey man, thanks. This was cool," and then just names.
That's it. That's all it was. But yeah, she was pilled out, frozen face, and just didn't give a shit. It was
Good
just
for
like,
you.
hey, everybody.
Do you remember when people would get up wasted
Yeah.
back in the day?
That's the way it should be.
It's the way it should be. Now we're like so scared because
That's why I wanted to see
We'll
Sacha
make
Baron
fun of
Cohen
you.
win last night.
oh yeah.
Because that would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You still get a couple who go up there. Like Will Ferrell was pretty funny last night. Salma Hayek was really funny last night. Was she not? Nope, she was with Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish might as well have been invisible last night. Salma Hayek was trending all night last night.
Because of her boobs.
Yes. She's 53 years old, which I didn't know. And that came up last night of like, Jesus Christ. Everybody was pitting her against
Yeah.
J-Lo.
You were definitely like, when she came on, you were like, holy shit.
Shit.
And I was like, what? And you're like, Tiffany Haddish's dress.
Pink dress,
Just
very
like
pink.
Super pink. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I'm not fucking retarded, dude. I
Dude,
see it too.
Everyone in America last
Lord.
night was talking about Salma Hayek. I did not know she was 53 years old. My God, man. We've got to reseed now the playoff system. You got to put J-Lo down at 2, probably Jay Anus at 3, and then you go Hayek number 1. As far as the women in their 50s now, because we've had this convo in the past, I think you got to reseed it now.
Well, the only white woman hanging on by a thread is Aniston, and I actually don't think she looks that great. You do.
Jay Anus, yeah.
You do.
Yep.
But I see puffiness. I see a lot of work done. I see her can't really talk because of whatever's happening with
She's
that.
holding it together.
Great.
Yeah.
But as a white woman, she is struggling to keep that going, right?
Eh.
Whereas Selma Hayek, Jennifer Lopez, it just looks fucking effortless because they're not white. Do you know what I mean?
White women.
Do you feel like, I could see where J-Lo has work done? No. You just go, oh my God, she's not done anything. She's just aging backwards.
So you're saying Latino is the way to, that's the only way
Latino or black, yeah.
Okay. All right. White women wise?
Not white women and not Asians.
Jay Anus is still there for me. By the way, it's really catching on, Jay Anus. A lot of people saying
Nobody's
Jay Anus.
saying it, and it's a trigger for me, actually.
You got Jay Anus, and then I'll throw in Julia Roberts still for me.
Yes.
Who you hate.
I don't hate her. Why would I hate her?
You said she's not hot.
She is hot.
Okay.
I think she's the last one to... She's not doing a lot, like getting a lot of work done. She's aging gracefully.
Yeah.
Like you would believe her age, right? You wouldn't be like, oh my God, she's what?
Yeah.
But she looks great for that age, right?
Yes.
So you wouldn't be surprised by it. Whereas Selma Hayek, you're like, what?
Yeah.
There's no way.
I know, it's crazy.
But yeah, the most you can hope for as a white woman is looking great for your age. No one's going to be surprised. Like, no one's going to be like, huh? Especially a blonde one. So.
So you're saying I have a lot to look forward to.
Oh, yes. And it really turns just like this, right? Like, you look good. And then all of a sudden you're fucking 80.
Yeah.
But you're only 50. You know what I mean?
And then you have Ellen DeGeneres' haircut, and then that's it.
Yeah, you could not get over it. I
was
mean, I had to
unfortunate.
tell you at some point
It
to
was
just...
unfortunate. Couldn't
cut
stop
it
talking
out.
about it.
So what would make her like want to do that? I don't know, Ross. I don't know.
It appeared as if she had cut her own hair right before going in, like
She
an
had a
hour
mushroom
before.
top situation.
Yeah, it looked like she took her own razor and just said, "I'm good on the hairstylist today. I can do it myself." Real short. With those ears, you gotta go. Her speech was really funny though.
Really
with
funny.
her with ears like that, though, you gotta
Really
go over
funny.
the ears, covered up a little bit. She's going shorter and shorter.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be shaved at some point.
Right? It has to be.
No, I mean, she always likes a little duty dude.
Yeah. I know I said I was going to cap this off and we keep talking about it, but I'll go one more here. With the Gervais thing, I think now that it's out and so public, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I think with the rest of these award shows, once you're exposed like this, like, I don't know that anybody cares. I don't know that anybody cares anymore.
No.
Where it's going to be one of those constant things of like.
I hope this is the beginning. Yes, I hope this is
I
the
think
beginning of a new generation, a new wave of just, you guys.
Yeah.
This is a party. It's supposed to be fun. Nobody looks like they're having fun up there.
The biggest issue is this, and
I would love for them. I mean, when you practice your Oscar, remember, like as a kid, you're practicing your Oscar speech. Maybe you did, and I did.
Yeah.
It was never political. It was all about me.
Sure.
Thank you so much for recognizing how amazing I am, and I'd thank like an acting coach and agent and all these, but it was never practicing a political speech for your Oscar.
No.
Let's take it back.
I know.
Let's take it back to like just be self-centered. This is your award, right?
Yeah.
You did something, and we in Hollywood give you a statue for it. You know what I mean? You do a role, and we give you a statue. So just like take it like that.
But here's the
Thank
biggest issue, and like I try to tell people this all the time because everybody asks like, "What's so and so like?" or whatever, right? They're all 99% of them are fucking boring.
Right.
Well, some of them are theater nerds. We ran into some people we knew in the past, some very famous people now, and it was just like I remember turning to you and I said, "Jesus Christ, that guy is boring as fuck."
Oh yes.
And I was just like, I don't even want to interview that person right now.
No, because it would just be a big pile of fucking bullshit.
It's a big name for the show, but I was just like,
it would be a big pile of bullshit. And in trying to...
That's what everybody's like, though. They fucking suck. Because what happens is you get rich. You come from some weird small town from wherever you are. You go to L.A., and let's say you do make it, right? And you have, I don't know, a superhero movie or whatever the fuck it is. You're so boring and uncool, but then you're famous, so everybody's kind of sucking your dick, and then you're just like, oh, shit. I don't know what to do with myself as a real person now. What do I do here? Maybe I'll buy something and then give back and tell everybody that this is my life now and my purpose. And you're like, no, don't feel guilty about the money you made. Don't feel guilty about any of it.
No, they go crazy. There's on some show that I'm watching, there's this funny arc of a character where she's super self-centered, whatever, and she goes on a Get Out of the Limelight tour. She like wrote a book called Get Out of the Limelight, and she goes on this big tour where she's like speaking to, you know what I mean? Where you're just like, you're not getting out, you're not like getting away. Now you're starting something else somewhere else that you want recognition for. And you feel like it might fulfill you more than acting. But you still want to be famous for it. Yeah. Right? You still want to post about all the good things you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
So, we'll see what happens and where this goes from here. But if anything else, it was incredible. And I think
I was
in today's non-PC culture or PC culture, fucking cancellation culture, whatever you want to call it.
What's so great is that he is so rich. And
he doesn't need any of it.
Talented, and people are like knocking down his door. You cannot cancel him.
You have to be that rich to get away with shit like that. Because otherwise, if you're poor, you'll never work again.
No.
But if you were that rich,
or if you want to still do stand up, or if you still want to be like hired by somebody.
Well, here's the thing: he can always do stand up because that's a different booking agent. Right. He doesn't need Hollywood for that. Now, if you want to continue doing TV shows and movies, different story.
Really
but
love it, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. So fuck it. And look, through podcasts or whatever he decides to do later in life, he's always funny. He will always have an outlet that can be his own. And he's so fucking rich that it doesn't matter. The Office is syndicated in like 100 countries. He gets creator credit and executive producer credit for all of it. all of that money in every single country that show is remade in, and I'm talking like Russia and Poland and all that. They have the office there with all Polish cast and shit like that. He gets money for all of it. He's the richest dude there is. He does not care, which is why it was so great.
On the podcast train a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Ricky Gervais show?
It's great. It was great. We get some sponsors who pay for our podcast to be on the air, though, Jabes. Talking about ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Today's the last day. It's January 6th. We're going live on YouTube. This episode will be up live here
if you
in
need
a half hour.
A bed, a new year, a new sleep, a new you. Starts with 9 nights.
9 nights. 25% off of everything in the entire store. All of it until midnight tonight. It is the end of their flash sale. Get on it. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. 25% off of everything. Pillows, mattresses, adjustable bases, the covers, sheets, all of it. Go. There is no other offer right now that is better than that in this world. I'm not going to go into a spiel about anything else. All of it is 25% off in the store. That is their flash sale. It is available till midnight tonight at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you didn't get a mattress or whatever for Christmas and you're like, shit, did I miss the deals? No, this is even better. 25% off until midnight. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, boom, boom. Shabloinkers.
Shabloinkers. Whew. I'm hyped up on the Strike Force today, Jabes.
Yeah, I can tell.
I've had so much that I can't tell where my top teeth are going and my bottom teeth are going. You know?
Fun.
It's a nice little game, isn't it?
Fun.
4 amazing flavors: grape, ridge, lemon, and orange. And then we orange. 10-pack, 40-pack, 750 milliliter bottle. I'll show this in the camera here. Look, when you order these, it comes in the exact boxes that it comes. You see it at 7-Eleven. Is at this point, I think they're at every 7-Eleven right on the counter. So, boom. You get the actual box. That way you're not dirtying up a bunch of shit in your house. Because let's face it, if you were walking around with a fistful of Strike Force, put it in a Ziploc bag, a kid's going to squeeze one, rip it open, whatever. Like,
true.
Now you don't need it. It's in a box. It's on your counter. Lasts longer than 5-hour energy. Everybody's dieting right now. It's the holidays. This is no carbs, no sugars. This is the only thing that will help keep you awake from not crashing on these crazy diets everybody's going on.
It'll get you to the gym. Take it when you don't want to go, and within, what you reckon? 15 minutes?
No,
10?
Less.
5 minutes you'll be ready to.
5, yeah. Every
you'll
time
be like,
I drink
you know
this
what?
is 5, dude.
Actually, okay, I'm going to go.
Yeah. I'm going to pop a fucking squirt of freedom in right now.
I know you are.
In this 750 milliliter bottle. I need one more.
Why not just feel like you have no teeth?
Well, we're back, you know. It's our first day back, Chips. So, better than ever. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com and promo code Revolution will get you 20% off. Subscription a month's the way to go. Shit just shows up at your house, dude. Subscription. StrikeForceEnergy.com, promo code Revolution, 20% off. Last but not least, StraightRazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you right?
There it is, Shapes. We're back.
Live.
Look, this
episode. You like it live.
This episode was an emergency episode. It needed to happen.
Had to.
And I didn't even talk about my mustache. Didn't even talk about it. That's how important this show was. Boom. Obviously, if you're looking right into the belly of the beast here, Daddy's got a nice stash.
They can see.
They can if they're watching. If they're just listening, they can't see it.
Oh no, you can hear when someone has a mustache. Their voice definitely changes.
You think so? Well, I've been using the mustache wax from StraightRazors.com. It is a confidence thing, Japes. I feel like I get an extra dick on my face. You know,
kind of like how you can tell somebody's fat over the phone.
Yeah, you can tell if somebody's got
tell someone has a
stash. I feel it's a big flex. I feel like I'm walking around with a dick on my face, like an extra dick, where I'm like, yeah, what's up, dude? I got a fucking mustache,
and that
dude.
would be a good thing.
Great thing. Man, if I had an extra dick, you know?
Hanging off your face.
Wherever. In this case, it is, because I got a fucking stash. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about StraightRazors.com for the new year, because it's the only thing that's going to tame this fucking beast. I can't grow a beard, but I can grow a goddamn mustache. You know?
You can.
You can
and you can't.
Yeah, I can and I can't.
I mean, the beard you can't.
Yeah.
I was saying you can, and you're right, you can't.
I can't. Yeah, can and I can't. StraightRazors.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Razors. Anything you need to be a real man in this life is here. It's really here, Jabes.
Are you a real man?
Are you? Are you a real man? A real hombre? I want to start off the second half of the show by saying Drinkin' Bros. A lot of people have hit us up about the Soleimani bombing.
Oh, right.
We've got Hamadi coming back in for the Terrorist Whisper. He's coming back in. We're going to do a show about that and push the sports show a day because that's important. And he's going to tell us what the real shit is with Iraq and Iran and everything else. And we figured that would probably be the most pivotal guest. Yeah. As far as like, hey, who's going to give us the real shit here? Because you can go from both sides and somebody who's not over there or live there. Because, I saw the Iraqi prime minister just asked for America to leave the country, take all its troops with them.
Oh, kick the military out?
Yeah, which, Jesus, don't do us any favors. Thanks, man. You don't have to twist our arm.
Right.
Oh, you want us to get out of there?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome. Bring everybody home. That would be the best.
Yeah.
So I actually hope that goes down. But we'll talk to him about it and get a real opinion on it. And the other thing that I want to get into, Jabes, the other thing that's been sticking in my craw, really sticking in my craw these days is your attitude.
Oh, well, get used to it because this is me now.
Yeah. You're pretty hostile these days. Pretty hostile. I want to talk about our diet sitch here.
Do you really want to talk about my attitude or you're joking?
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Our collective,
I'll talk about
our collective attitude, I should say.
Yeah.
It happens every time around this year, like around this time of year.
Of what?
Of you go hard over the holidays, and then you immediately have to flip the switch.
Oh, the depression kicks in.
Boy.
Oof.
You and I talked about it last night. I was like, we should talk about this on the show tomorrow. It sucks.
It sucks.
Ran into a guy at the gym. Because, look, this is the time of year, obviously, where you see people for the next 3 weeks. It always ends on Martin Luther King.
It's amateur hour, and we're part of the amateur. I mean,
no, we're not. We go all the time. I go to the gym
like,
every day.
I'm going harder.
The hilarious thing about it is you have all these people that come in. Usually they're out by MLK weekend. Because they're like, oh, I got a Monday off. Fuck it.
Right.
Then they're out of there. Like, that's all you have to do is wait through MLK weekend and you're good. By the way, I saw Bad Boys 2 was coming out that weekend.
Okay.
I thought that would have been a summer movie. I wonder if it's not any good.
I heard it's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They usually don't put anything out that weekend that's just like, wah-eh. Either or. The gym people that you're going to come and encounter with are just the worst.
Are they?
Yeah, dude. Jugs of water. You've never seen them. And they're just walking around in ill-fitting.
Don't you have your jug of water?
Clothes. I don't take it into the gym.
Oh, nice.
I don't. I'm not one of those people, man.
Right.
I refuse to be it. I refuse to be the person who puts not only takes the jug in, or puts it underneath the fucking water fountain for 3 hours. And when you're standing behind that person just trying to get a sip of water.
They don't change those filters, you guys.
No, they don't. I don't care. Water's water to me. Like, I'm going to live beyond it. Like
Flint Town.
Yeah. I'll drink that Flint water over there. I don't give a shit.
Tell that to Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. But you see these fuckers and you're just like, God damn it, man. Can MLK weekend just get here a little faster so I can get you out of here and I can just do my normal shit? Ran into a guy that I see all the time. I work out 5-6 days a week. And so does he. And he came up to me and was just like, hey, man, we're back at it, aren't we? Fucking holidays. And I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I told you, I at this point, like, you're on a diet and I'm giving a 1,000-yard stare out the window. There's a McDonald's directly across the street from my gym that I can see through the window, which is always nice. And
it's always a good motivator.
Yeah. And
I'm wait, you're dumb, Jim. They give you pizza on the way out. I don't want to hear that.
On the first Monday of every month, yeah.
What? What
They
an
do.
idiotic piece of shit gym that
If
you go to.
If they want to keep you there,
Triggered by the purple and yellow constantly, but carry on.
they want to keep you there. It's the only gym that's close to work, so I don't really care. There's nothing I can do about it. Anywho's, he looks at me, I looked at him, and I was just like, man, truthfully, I just want to drink, do some drugs, and have McDonald's all day, and like I'd be great with life.
Sure.
If you could pick your body, and like I don't know this person that well, at all. I see him at the gym. It's a gym friend. You have a gym friend?
Me, no.
Oh, I got gym friends that are dudes where you're just like, hey man, it's probably about 5 or 6 that I fist bump. I don't know any of their names.
Oh, I have a gym friend.
Yeah, I don't know any of their names.
He's a dude.
What? Is that real?
He always comes up and says hi to me.
What? Do I need to fucking go to your gym, dude?
It's just a fist bump.
Okay. It starts with a fist bump, and then it goes into full fisting.
It's been a fist bump for years, so.
And then it goes into full
we're good.
fisting, like later on.
Oh, is that how it works?
Behind a movie theater. Yeah, dude.
I'll watch out anytime you give a girl a fist bump.
You'll never see it, because otherwise.
I'll do it in secret.
Boom.
Now listen.
Fist is going into vagina. You know that. That's how you start.
Didn't mean to knock you off your story. Go ahead.
No. And the homeboy looks at me because I don't know him that well. Mm-hmm. Again, gym friend. I've seen him for years.
Sure,
at
I
this
know
point.
it. Well, I know it well. Gym friend.
Yeah, you do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is it Jim or
What?
Is his name Jim?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. It's just a gym friend. Okay.
Just a gym friend. You're saying,
Well,
you
I'm
just
saying, if
say.
I die, if I did the day that I die and that ring comes off,
No,
he's
it's
gonna
not.
say, "Hey, why don't we get together later so I can fist you?"
He's not the guy.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Either way, I felt unbelievably open to this guy at this moment, and I was just like, after I said it, I kind of caught myself of like, oh shit, that was probably a little too much honesty there, and he just looked at me, kind of shocked, and he goes, "No, man, I'm fucking with you. I would do all of that." And I was like, yeah, I know, right? But there's very few people that will admit that. Usually it's my body, it's my mind. 2020 this is the new year for me, and yeah, I'm gonna give you every inspirational quote, and I'm gonna do this, and fucking, I don't want to see your workout program.
That's why you have to
on
use
Instagram.
so many tricks to motivate yourself, because no one likes it. No one likes working out.
I have some friends that like it, and I'm just like, God damn it, man. Congratulations, I guess. It's just a lot of time. And the friends that do are able to train like that, like 3 hours a day.
Because they don't work.
Exactly, they don't work. And so I say the same thing every time. Because I'll get like, hey, stay fit speeches or do all that shit, right? And I look at them and I'm like, you don't have a job. You don't work. You're a club promoter. Don't. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have all day to do nothing.
Or you're a trainer.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear that out of your mouth. And I've never seen anybody on Instagram who's inspired me enough where I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, no.
I'm one person. I'm one fucking person. But you and I sat down last night.
Old pictures of me.
Golden Globes.
Pretty much the only thing that's going to inspire me. Go ahead.
You and I sit down last night and watched the Golden Globes.
Sure.
And typically, call out, maybe get a pizza.
Oh, that would be the time for
100%.
gluttonous behavior.
Because you're looking at 3 hours of a program.
Sitting on a couch.
A lot of commercials where you're just like, all right, because you want to watch it live to keep up with everybody else. And you're just like, bro, I could fucking destroy a Little Caesars right now. It's crazy bread and all this stuff, and you can't. It's right after the New Year's, and you're like,
can't.
My life now.
Can't.
Making ducks. And then your attitude changes towards the other person, like you and I were talking about it last night, just miserable passing raw almonds back and forth to each other. It was just like,
yeah,
great.
Unhappy. And I hate, that I hate living like that, because I just like to eat.
Yeah.
I like to eat good food. I mean, I make it. I'm like, my craving is not so much a McDonald's or pizza or whatever. It's like making the things that I want to make, right?
Yeah.
Just like
you're a great cook.
And being able to just sit there and eat it. So sucks.
But either way,
This
we're back
time
at
of
it.
year. We're back at it.
I will not jug out in public. I will not tote a jug out in public.
Oof.
I will not bring that. Know that my
Shots
attitude is
fired.
going to be a little salty for a couple weeks, and then once you get back into it, then you're fine, and then you adjust to this is my life and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and we're all gonna die, right?
Exactly.
I just don't want to die, from food.
If you could, let me ask you this. Have you never had to have any public interaction with everybody?
No. Well, I know what you're asking, but go ahead.
No, I want to know. Would you just eat and say fuck it? If you never had to post on Instagram,
no,
never had to post on Facebook.
No, here's what what I'm tired of, and it's been my entire life, is being obsessed one way or the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
With my weight and food. So whether I'm like obsessed about food because I love it so much and I want to like make stuff, or I'm obsessed of how I feel. I don't know. I don't think I would, because the thing that made me get on this different path, which again I've been on for 4 days, so like it's not like a crazy thing. I'm not posting about it or whatever. But was that I was getting pimples, I was not feeling good, I was tired, and I know, because I've researched so much and whatever, I know that means I'm not eating well and I'm not exercising. It's not like I'm depressed. I don't actually think I'm depressed, right?
Yeah.
I know that it's because, for me personally, it's not for everyone, but I know that it's because I'm not secure with how I feel. I'm lethargic. I'm overweight. And I know that it all is nutrition and exercising. And once I start doing that, I will feel better. I know that. So, I think I always will. I'm the fattest I've ever been right now. And I will never let myself get to a place where I'm super fat. I don't know. Maybe I will. Because I'm 30 pounds overweight right now. And I guess I always thought that would look different. I would be like, oh my God, I am a fat person, right? But it doesn't look like that. It's just draining, right? It's just a little bit extra to weigh you down throughout the day.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. Are we going to be those people that just once we don't have to do this or whatever it may be, way, way down the line?
Just go full Brando on an island.
What I will do is pills and martinis.
Okay.
And try and stay slim.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you'd go full Brando and go on an island and just say fuck it.
Who knows?
Never been seen or heard of again. No.
That was a really concise answer to your question.
I think so. No, I think so. There's other people though that just enjoy it. I love working out. I love the process and all that shit. And I'm just man, there's so many things I have to do in the day. It's just a fucking chore for me.
I think when you get to a certain point, when you feel good, you want to feel better. When you feel bad, you just want to feel worse, right? So it's when you're already that was my
God damn it, Jamie.
That was my thing of
our producer's sneezing he's got fucking hay fever back there.
And he can walk out of the room.
Yeah, you can walk out of the goddamn room, Jamie.
But so when you're already on a bad path, right? You just go, that's when you take the other piece of pizza, because you go, I'm already fucking, right?
Yeah.
It's I'll start tomorrow.
Sure.
I'm already feeling shitty. What's one piece? But then when you feel good, you just want to keep feeling better, right?
You know Taco Bell is coming out with some new concoction, too, that's going to debut probably in 2 weeks. They do it every year, where it's just
I haven't loved the past debuts.
You're joking and you're a liar.
The Dorito one I didn't love.
No. I'm going to flip this back to maybe a week ago, okay? I'm going to turn the page back about a week where you left off. Do you remember that entire tray of nachos Belgrande now offer?
Oh, yes. It's a family pack or a party pack or something. And I was I literally looked at it and was oh my gosh, I could eat that whole thing. It would not be for a party. It would just be for me. And I would Postmate it to my bed.
Oh, man. That's great.
Wow.
It's great. I'm with you. I could eat the full fucking party pack and not think about it.
Oh, nachos Belgrande.
Oof. Is there anything better in this world?
Nope. Horrible cheese that's not cheese. Horrible beans that are powdered. Everything.
Don't care.
Ground beef that isn't ground beef. I love it all.
Love it all. Love it all. This year is going to be the Harvey Weinstein trial, by the way.
Yes.
That shit is kicking off today, actually.
He already paid civil.
Yep.
But that does not excuse you from the criminal case.
So
and he is rolling in with his walker.
Yeah. So look, they just started this morning, actually.
Okay, dang.
So here we go. But I'll be real curious on this one. I have said he is going to get off. So we will see. We will see. And I think what the sticking part of it is going to be is these people, the accusers, kept in contact with him afterwards for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to do about that. I know in L.A., the DA, because this is going on in New York right now, in L.A., there's about 8 to 18 cases they're sifting through to try to charge him in L.A. as well. So we'll see. The problem is with all of them, he's already come out ahead of those and said, look, these people kept in contact with me for years and years and years after this. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to That's my guess, and it's shitty because he did it. But we'll see. We will see what happens, Jabes. What else are you looking forward to this year right now?
I'm looking. Well, we have an announcement. I won't announce it right now.
That's right. We can't do it now. So we're live. We're going to do it on Wednesday.
Right, but I'm looking forward to...
Shit, I forgot about that. I tried to tee you up there, and then I was just like, yeah, that's right. We can't announce it till Wednesday.
Right, but I'm looking forward to a lot of things.
Yeah?
Getting into routine, like I said.
It's tough, isn't it?
Balance.
I got to go to Vegas next week.
Yeah.
Is that next week already? It is. 10 days. It's 10 days I got to go to fucking Vegas. I'm not looking. Look, I'm not going to.
Yeah, boo-hoo, and nobody feels bad for you.
I know.
I am not going. Again, and trying to not FOMO is something I really don't. I need to forget it.
Is that a thing for you?
Yeah, man. Okay. And I think for a lot of moms.
But you've seen the schedule, what it's like on the road and all this shit. It's pretty intense. It's hectic, and it's just it's tiring.
But
it's exhausting.
You really do. It really feels like when I don't go, you do a lot of fun stuff. And when I do go, we don't.
You mean like fun guests and shit like that?
Fun guests, going to fight something that I would actually want to see and not
really?
a fucking football game. Yeah.
Would you? So we're going to the McGregor fight. I'm going to the Conor McGregor
that
fight.
That is something I would actually want to go to, and I'm not going to that.
We're interviewing.
But I'll sit in 40-degree weather and watch a fucking football game that I don't care about.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
We're interviewing John Anik, who is obviously Rogan's co-host for all of the UFC fights. We interviewed him a couple years ago. He's great. He's really funny, super knowledgeable, and he's just a good dude. So I'm amped about that.
Right.
But I didn't think that you would be down for a cage fight.
Why not?
UFC. I don't know. You ever been to one?
No.
Ever? You ever been to a boxing?
No. Haven't gone with you. How many have you been to?
Oh, boy. It's almost too many to count.
Used to go to boxing, to see boxing with my dad.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's great. Look, McGregor's always entertaining.
And as we all know, I'm a karate master. You can put up the pictures.
You are a karate master.
People need proof of my karate skills from back in the day. We would travel to these boxing rings in the Southern California area and do a show first of kids karate.
Yeah.
And then we'd stay and watch.
We get some new pics of Jabes. So pop on over to Ross Patterson Revolution on Instagram.
Yeah, but that's something that I would actually want to do.
Those will be up.
I'm going to try and not do the FOMO thing or not let it get to me so much this year and really focus on the most important job that I have.
Being a mom.
As
being a great mom.
As gay as that sounds.
No, that's the truth.
It's true. And one more resolution that I want to keep is trying to stay away from bored people. Bored
or boring?
Bored.
Okay. What's the difference?
If you're bored, I think you make up a lot of... The first thing you go to is drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you make drama and make things more dramatic than they are because you're bored in your life. So I want to surround myself with busy people. So like people that are busy, whether it's with your kids or with your job or with working out, whatever it may be, if you're busy, I want to hang out with you.
I like that.
If you're bored, you might start some shit.
Sure. I like that. Let's get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we, Jabes?
We shall.
We'll give it to Richard Pryor. This was he hosted the Oscars back in the day. It was one of the I would say the first controversial hosts that they had, where they were kind of testing out the waters of what this would actually be like, hosting an award show like that.
Right.
And back then, 70s was pretty shocking, where it was just like, oh, all right, let's see what the fuck happens. It's cool that the Golden Globes let Ricky Gervais do that last night. I do not think that they will do it again, or he'll be back again, unless they back up the truck with some insane dollar amount.
He won't be back again, but maybe they'll find someone else that's like that.
Boy, I was trying to think. I was trying to think
again.
about on the drive over. I think right now, unless you got Chappelle.
Yeah, that's the only
to do it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's the only other person.
Or there's one more for me. Louis
C.K. No.
Could you imagine?
No.
All he did was jack off in front of people.
There's too many layers to that one.
The
thing about Ricky Gervais's and Chappelle is they're seemingly clean. I mean,
they are.
They talk about shitty stuff, but they don't have the stuff, nothing's come out against them. So they are able to do that, right? Yeah. But I don't think we're quite ready for someone with a past like that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Either way, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And that was one of the funnest award shows I've seen in a while.
Those almonds were great.
Yeah. The dry almonds were awesome.
They really hit the spot.
For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is an afternoon show.